Hey guys, I'm Django Fett, and I already finished was 2013 the worst year for movies? I'll put a link for that down below. And I honestly thought it was one of the worst years for movies. I did a rant on that, so I just did a discussion of which movies I liked and hated, and watch that if you can. And this video is gonna be centered around why I think 2013 was one of the best years for TV shows. And I'll go through a list of all the TV shows that I can name and the new ones too. And before I start, I've actually watched some of these television shows on my list right now, but not all of them. I'm just gonna name you the popular ones right now, not just go through this list. So let's get it on. Game of Thrones, season 3, an awesome season at that. Best season of Game of Thrones I've seen, with a spectacular ending for the season finale. Just awesome stuff right there. The producers of Game of Thrones are just excellent. They deserve an Oscar for their efforts, and they're just fantastic. They're great. It was just a great overall season, and I just can't wait for season 4. And that's the great thing about season 3. It gets you pumped for season 4 and makes you want more. And that's what good TV shows do for you. Once you watch it, once you finish it, you want more and more and more. And that's what Game of Thrones does. It does an excellent job at that. And also, most of these shows that I'm going to name are in their final seasons. Now, Game of Thrones before, the one I said before, is not in its final season. It's still going to continue on and on and on. But most of these shows that I'm going to name are in their final seasons. So, just wanted to tell you guys that. Breaking Bad. Excellent final season. It was like part 2 of Breaking Bad. Fantastic stuff. Great ending to Walter White. And just great ending to the series. It's going to be weird not seeing Breaking Bad anymore. It's going to be really weird. Oh, it's an epic show. Easily top 5 on my list. Top 5 shows of all time. It's a great, fantastic show. I was also in its final season and ended in 2013. It's not going to continue on anymore, which is a shame, because it's a great, fantastic show. And it's just going to be weird not seeing Bryan Cranston, who deserves a freaking Oscar or Emmy or something for his acting as Walter White. It was just epic stuff right there. The Walking Dead. Now, I've had a lot of problems with this show and refuse to see the errors of season 2. I'm a blind Walking Dead fan, but as soon as season 3 came out and it finished, I looked back on season 3, I was like, this season really sucked, and season 2 sucked too. And this show is really bad. This show is really bad. And I know season 4 started back up 2013, but I'm not pumped for that. I don't care. That terrible ending for the season 3, there was no big finale. There was nothing. And it really opened my eyes on how bad this show was. It's so bad. It was a really bad finale, and it's a really bad show. It's an inconsistent show. One minute you have a good episode, the next minute you have a bad episode. But I can continue on with my rage later, and I plan on doing a season 4 pros and cons or review or whatever. Because I've only watched episode 1 of season 4, hated it, and I plan on watching the whole season and then doing my rating and all that stuff. Because season 3, I had to do a rant at the end, and I had to think over my rage, and I did 2 parts of it, so I'll put links for that down below as well. And man, it was very disappointing, season 3. And season 4, I'm gonna look at it at an entirely different light from now on, and the whole show for that matter. This is the video game and the comics do a great job portraying this Walking Dead scenario. The story, is gripping, is awesome. Okay, it's there. It's very visceral. The TV show takes a whole different angle, and it's just boring as hell, and just so stupid. So stupid. Okay, so predictable who's gonna die, and the story is terrible. All around terrible. And it doesn't make me want to go back and watch this show. So, enough about me ranting about that. Another show that was in its final season, Burn Notice. I've watched 3 seasons of Burn Notice. I really like it, but it just seems like it's the same thing over and over again, and it's just not as gripping as I thought it would be. I think it's like in the 6th season, and that was like its final season or something. But I don't know. I don't know if I can get back into that show. It's a fun show. It's really cool to learn about this agent stuff. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to learn. Dexter. This was also in its final season. I mean, look at all these. I'm naming all these shows that are in their final seasons. I only watched 1 season of Dexter. I really enjoyed it. I think this was like its 6th season of Dexter, something like that. And I heard like the final episode of the season finale, was really bad, and it was a terrible finale. Boardwalk Empire. Now, I watched the first season of this show and absolutely loved it. I really want to watch it. I really want to watch season 2 and 3, because season 4 just premiered, and I want to get caught up and watch the show. I don't have HBO or anything like that, so I have to find other means of watching the show. So I really want to watch it. This is a great show. Season 1, I loved it. I heard it was Season 4 was fantastic, just like the other seasons before it. So I hope to get myself to watch it. Man, I need to catch up. I really do. Arrow. Now, this is a very underrated show, and this is how you do a TV show compared to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know it's a terrible comparison, but you just have to at this point. Arrow looks like a really good show. I haven't actually watched it. I've actually seen like bits and pieces of it, and it's very intriguing stuff. It's really intriguing. And this guy doesn't have superhuman powers like the other DC heroes, and neither do the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people. They don't have superpowers either. But the Arrow show does a really good job portraying that. Like, just this guy who becomes, I think it was the Green Arrow. It doesn't use superpowers. He's an expert marksman, and it looks like a really good show. It looks really fantastic. So it's on Netflix, so I plan on watching it, and I think you guys should watch it too. It looks really good. Spartacus. This was season, I guess you can say it's season 3 or 4. They had like 1 season after season 1, which was like 3 episodes or something like that. I still enjoyed that. Season 2, or I guess season 3, I don't know. I'm confused myself. But season 3, it just wasn't as good as season 1, honestly. I thought it was alright at best. And it was just really stupid how there's like 20 gladiators versus hundreds of Romans, and it just didn't make sense to me. And so I'm thinking in the War of the Damned, or whatever this season was called, how are they going to have 20 gladiators versus thousands of Romans? So I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. It just didn't. The numbers didn't add up to me. So Vikings, heard it was really good, and hopefully one day I plan on seeing it. You know, this was on the History Channel, and just portrays the life of the Viking people, and looks really good. So I don't know if it's on Netflix or not, but I have to check it out anyway. Sons of Anarchy. This was another show in its final season, and I don't know. I've heard mixed things about it. I haven't gotten myself to watch it, honestly. I'm just not into the motorcycle gang stuff, and it just doesn't seem intriguing to me. But now, these previous shows that I mentioned, these shows are in their 2nd to 5th season. So these new shows I'm going to mention were brand new. They were in their 1st season when they premiered in 2013. Most of them I thought were pretty good for that matter. Let's start. Now, the first one, I had questions about it. You know, it was hyped up in the Super Bowl and years before, and it's Defiance. And this show premiered on Sci-Fi, and like new TV shows, the first couple episodes were bad, really bad. And you know, I think first episode was okay in my opinion. Then the second episode was shit. It was dog shit. It was terrible. And then after that, it really picked up and got a lot more better as the show progressed, and thought it ended pretty good. And it's going to continue on to season 2, which I'm glad to hear. And it's a really good show on Sci-Fi. It's got like this alien culture and human culture and how they commingle with each other. And The Bridge. This show actually premiered on Fox. I watched a couple episodes and thought it was pretty good. I just couldn't get myself to finish it, honestly, but thought it was all right. I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was like the greatest thing ever. And the bridge tells the story of just this murder that happened right on the Mexican borderline, and it involves Americans and Mexicans, and how they have to work together to find this criminal, whoever is doing this. So and underneath it all, there's the cartel, who are just insane as hell and shady as hell, for that matter. So it's a really cool premise. I'm glad they did a show on this. I've never seen something like this done. Now, this show was one of my favorite TV shows of 2013, and it was severely underrated. Didn't get that many views. It was featured on, I think it was NBC late night, and thought it was a great show. As soon as I finished the first season, I thought, that's it. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. This is fantastic. It's mind-blowing stuff. The writing is just, words can't describe how great this writing is. This show is fantastic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the show is Hannibal. And with this show, it delves into the mind of Will Graham, who is starting to go crazy himself, trying to figure out these murders. And you yourself, the watcher, the viewer, actually become Will Graham. You feel like you become Will Graham and start to delve into a psychotic state yourself. Not go and kill people and shit, but you know what I mean. Like, if a show does that, that's craziness. That's beyond craziness. That's awesome stuff right there. And I haven't had a feeling like that in a show in quite a long time. Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad have done stuff like this, but what the Hannibal did is make you become that character and go crazy yourself. I've never seen something like that done. That's just, it's mind-boggling stuff to me. That just blows my mind, and I just don't get how people didn't watch the show. This was like, I think I was looking at the numbers, and it had like 2 million views or something like that. I mean, I can't describe how great this show is. It's fantastic. And I know it has another season to go, and possibly a third season. But I'm already saying this is one of the greatest shows ever. I'm already saying that. That's crazy to me after the first season. Hannibal, to me, is one of these shows that you have to check out. But it contains very mature content that is not for everyone. Not for anyone. If you guys know who Hannibal is, he's a cannibal. He's a cannibal. He actually kills people and serves the food to his guests, okay? He doesn't serve like a whole person. Oh, here's a person. Oh my god. No, he actually takes out their organs and churns them out and makes it into very fancy food. And people eat this stuff and they're like, oh my goodness, this is really good. And it's not required that you have to watch the other Hannibal movies. Hannibal, Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, Hannibal Rising. It's not required you have to watch or read the material, but it helps. It really helps. And I've watched those movies and loved those movies. And just this TV show itself is just, it's graphic. It's very graphic stuff. And it shows these murders, very graphic murders, with all this blood and skin, people getting hung up on skin, and it's sick stuff. It's sick stuff right there. But it's a fantastic show at that. Besides all that blood and all that stuff, if you're not used to seeing it, or if you're really young, please do not watch this show. This show is not for you guys, okay? This show shows everything. This show shows everything. Blood, guts, everything. And it delves into the psychotic state, okay? That just blows my mind right there. I haven't seen a TV show, movie, or anything do that. That just blows my mind. It just blows my mind, okay? Just to me, it's mind-blowing stuff. So, enough about Hannibal on how great that freaking show is. Let's continue on with this list. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, this is a Marvel show about the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents who don't have powers. They're just regular humans. And it sounded really cool. First episode, I think, helped reinforce that. and got a lot of views. It got like 22 million views, 18 million views, something around that. Like that ballpark figure right there. After the first episode, the second episode was garbage. It was terrible. And while other shows like Defiance have really bad episodes in the beginning and start to pick up and become really good shows, this show goes downhill. This show goes downhill. The show is so corny. The acting is terrible. And the story is just... it's just terrible. It's just not good. And they show some episodes where they show people having these superpowers, but they get them through objects or some stupid means. And the character development is awful. Awful in this show. I've never seen a show have terrible as bad character development like this show. It is awful. And I can't believe Joss Whedon produced this garbage. I still can't believe that. That blows my mind right there. Because he's given us great shows, you know, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and one of my all-time favorites, Firefly. It's one of the biggest crimes that Firefly was never been able to finish, like actually finish, and I think it stopped after like 15 episodes. It's just a goddamn crime. It's one of the best shows out there. But anyway, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is just... I have to bear through it because I plan on doing a pros and cons of the video itself, and whenever I finish it, whenever I finish the season, I plan on doing that video, and I have to bear through this show, and it just pisses me off throughout all these episodes. They're just bad episodes. It's a bad TV show. It's a bad TV show, and after you know, the mid-season finale, I thought the show would kind of pick up. I watched the next episode and it just fell down again. I thought the mid-season finale was one of the best episodes and really wanted you to see more. But then the episode that premiered for, I don't know what you call it, the mid-season premiere, I don't know, picked up, and it just, when you thought the show was on its high, it was on its down once again. But fortunately, there's another show I can watch for 2014, and it's about pirates, and it looks awesome. But unfortunately, produced by Michael Bay. And I'm not a big Michael Bay fan after the Transformers debacle. The show I'm referring to is Black Sails, and it features events 15 to 30 years before Treasure Island. So that sounds fantastic to me, and it features other pirates you might know from, you know, like Assassin's Creed 4, like Charles Vane or Mary Read. And I wish Blackbeard was there too, but oh well. But you know, it features characters that you know from Assassin's Creed 4 into this TV show, and that sounds fantastic to me. And I haven't seen a TV show, a pirate TV show that sounds good and looks good as this. So I can't wait for it. And it's going to be on Stars, I believe, on January 25th. So put that on your calendar. If I'm wrong, just Google it. It's fine. But I'm really anticipating for that show for 2014. So just wanted to point that out. Next show is The Blacklist. And I couldn't really get into the show for some reason. I watched the first episode. This show came out late 2013. It's called Mob City, directed by Frank Darabont, and or I think produced by Frank Darabont. Either way, it has one of the Walking Dead characters in it, and it looks like a really good show. I don't think there were that many episodes for it, but so those are all the shows I wanted to talk about, and the new shows that I thought were fantastic for 2013, and I'm really pumped for 2014. I can't wait for what it holds for us. We got reoccurring shows like Game of Thrones, Boardwalk Empire, Arrow, Vikings, Defiance, The Bridge, Hannibal. I can't wait for that. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is unfortunately coming back, so still have to bear with that. And thankfully, there's only one season. Thank you. Blacklist is supposed to be coming back on 2014 as well, and so I'm sure 2013 had other shows that you guys thought were far better than this list, or
weren't even included on my list. And you guys can put that in the comments below. Just let me know what show you really liked in 2013 that I didn't even list, or what was your favorite show of 2013. Please let me know in the comments below. And also, 2014 looks like a really good year for TV shows as well, but doesn't have the final seasons. It doesn't have the final seasons of TV shows, but I think it's going to be a really good year for TV shows as well, as it always has been. But I thought 2013 was a great year for TV shows, and I just want to get you guys' thoughts down below. And please like and subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, and please watch why I thought 2013 was the worst year for movies. So let me just get your feedback down below, and I'll see you guys next time.